On a daily basis, we travel on the highways of stress. We travel from lanes of calm to lanes of stress and back again. I'm Dr. Jacqui Brassey, and I'm a practitioner academic. I study the area of affective neuroscience in organizations and leadership. For example, I explore how stress manifests itself in your brain and body, and how that impacts performance, learning, and well-being. Today, I will explain you about 5 zones of stress and how you can zone in and out of stress so you can take better care of yourself. Want to know more? All right, let's get going. I want to invite you to take a comfortable position and take a deep breath in and out. Now I will ask you to do it once more. And when you do it again, breathe in through your belly, in through your nose, and out through your mouth. Let's go. How does that feel? Feels good, right? I must admit, I included this exercise selfishly for myself as well, because doing a thing like this may be a bit anxiety-provoking. And what we just did by breathing deeply was activating our parasympathetic nervous system. And we got ourselves into a calm zone, our calm zone of comfort. In this comfort zone, we feel safe. In this comfort zone, we may have peaceful thoughts, and our body may feel calm as well. We feel good. We feel great. What happens in this zone is that we can have an open mind. We can have full access to our brain resources. This is also the zone where we can connect with others, where it feels good to make a connection. And this is also a place where we can get in a flow. If we are busy with a hobby or if we are at work. And let's explore that a bit more. Imagine you are at work and you're in this flow, you're in your comfort zone. And you've been working for the last half hour on a piece that you had to prepare for a meeting later, and you've been writing some text, and it really went well. At some point, you decide to check your email. And so you go to your email, and you read the first message. And the subject line of that message reads in capitals, "Urgent! Respond ASAP." Your breath takes a jump, and your heart starts beating faster. It's from your manager, and this subject line doesn't predict anything good. You must have done something wrong. Your brain goes crazy, and you just got yourself into a zone of stress. Another word I use is protection zone. You activated your sympathetic nervous system. And in this state, your body and your brain comes into play, tries to protect you, makes you alert. There may be some danger, so you feel unsafe. Your body responds as well as a result of hormone release, and you may start trembling. You may start feeling a bit sweaty, and your voice may start shaking. The result of this situation is also that the open mind that you just had goes to a tunnel vision. So there is a closed mind. You go back to what you know. You withdraw. In this situation, connection with others may not be that easy. You may even pick a fight, or you start distrusting people. Productivity goes down the drain, and it's not really the best place to be. Although, It's a normal place to be. Your body works very healthy when it responds in situations like this the way it did. It's a good place to have, and it's also a good situation to have when your body responds like this. However, if you are in this zone too often or too long, not only does it damage your productivity, it may also damage your health. Let's have a look at that, how that may happen, and how this story may continue. Let's go back to that email. So you're in this state of stress. And indeed, you read the message, and it's not good news. You really messed up. And you have to come in front of a board to explain yourself. This is serious. You go into your cocoon, and you freak out. And you start working harder and harder and harder. You prepare more than needed. You over-prepare. The board meeting is in a couple of days. And you don't sleep well, you don't rest, and you eat badly. The meeting is here, and you enter the room. And everybody is looking very serious, and you just pick up the stress in the room. You have a bit of a stomach pain, but hey, here we go. You get bombarded by questions, and you don't know the answer. And you panic a bit, because this is really not good. It turns black in front of your eyes, and the next thing you know, you wake up on the ground. You just entered your terror zone. The terror zone is a buildup of a lot of stress over time or immediate danger. You get into the terror zone when your body, it's not even consciously happening, your body picks up you, maybe even in life danger. It's the zone of extreme freeze, it's the zone of trauma, and it's the zone of burnout. This doesn't happen a lot in general, but it's important to know that this is a zone that exists, because if you don't take care of yourself, you may end up in that zone. Now, so far the story is a bit of a story of doom and gloom, isn't it? Indeed it is. And you may wonder, could the story have evolved differently? Yes, actually, it could have. Let's explore. Let's go back. Let's rewind to the email. So you read the email, and you feel in the stress situation. You pick up what happens. You know you're going into his protection zone. You take a step back, and you read the message again. You take a deep breath. Whoa, this is not really good news. You decide to take a break, to take a walk, take some distance, and come back and read the message again. You know what to do. You know your old pattern, and this time this is not going to happen. You're going to call your manager, you're going to connect with your team, and you explain the situation. You also explain what you did wrong, but you also explain that as a team, we're going to fix this. You want to have every elephant in the room, and you want to understand where things went wrong, and you do that by creating an atmosphere of safety. Everybody can share their feeling and their input, but you also bring a mindset to the table of learning and development. Whatever happens, yes, we're not in a good place, but we can learn and develop, we can learn and grow from this. So let's do this together, and let's get on with it together. So you create safety, stretch, and also a mindset of growth. That's one thing. The other thing that you do is taking care of yourself. You know the tendency is not to stop working until you're done, but you know that's not right. And so you you make sure you have enough breaks. You eat well, and you try to sleep. So you set yourself and your team up for success. The day of the board meeting, you're all ready. You all feel stressed. You still feel it's quite anxiety-producing, this situation. But you know you've done everything you could, and you also know you're there together. You've taken the right preparations, and you're ready for it. And magic happens in this meeting. Because when you go into this meeting, there are many difficult conversations, but creativity starts to happen. And actually, you come out of the meeting with a better result than you ever could have imagined. You got yourself and the team in a learning zone. In the learning zone, you go out of your comfort zone, but you learn how to be comfortable with the stress. In the learning zone, you accept that mistakes can be made, but that you can learn from it and that you can come to better results. You have stress, but you can keep an open mind. You can be curious and engage with what's going on. After this meeting, you all go home and you are exhausted because you really worked very hard. And you know you have thousands of emails to plow through, but you also know that they can maybe wait for a few more minutes, or maybe for an hour or two, because you first will go do some yoga and take a bath. You will get yourself into the recovery zone. In the recovery zone, you take care of yourself, but also of the stress that you have endured. You need to refuel, but you also need to build a buffer for the next ride. And the recovery zone is an important part of your day-to-day life. Should be an important part of your day-to-day life. This is also the zone that we're in when we sleep. So it's a deep resting state. Now you may think, so what? You've told us these stories and we know there are 5 zones. What do I need to do with this? Well, let me tell you about what to do with it. And let me go once more through those 5 zones and then explain how to look at it and how to manage it. So we started with the comfort zone, the calm zone. You can get into the comfort zone in many ways, and there are lots of exercises and lots of things that you can do to get you in a calm place. When you are in a stressful situation, you get into the protection zone. That may also happen at home. It's not only at work, right? Little things. Even this morning, I was coming here, I had to be here at a certain time, and there was a huge convoy in front of me, and I couldn't go faster, and I was really getting nervous. And then, of course, heartbeat goes up. I start sweating. Will I ever be on time? If you stay too long here, you can end up here. And here's the thing. You can learn actually either to prevent from getting into this red zone by directly going into the learning zone, or go from the protection zone to the learning zone without getting into the terror zone. And making sure that recovery zone is part of your program. And if you noticed on the slide the different colors that I used, the key message is, there are 2 key messages actually. Try to stay in the green zone as much as possible. I'm not saying try to stay in the comfort zone as much as possible, because that's the zone of status quo. You won't learn, you won't develop, you won't grow. But try to find the right balance and find out what it is important for to get out of this comfort zone into the learning zone, and make sure you have enough recovery. Here's the other thing. You have to do that yourself. Nobody's going to do it for you. The world has changed. Structures are very different. You have to earn your life. And you have to manage this. Now, you may wonder how. Well, it starts with a very simple habit. First of all, create awareness where you are on a daily basis or in a moment. And we can do that right now. Check in with yourself and reflect on where you are currently, on what highway. And how do you check in? You can take a deep breath, but feel your body. And see what happens in your brain. What are the thoughts that you have? Currently, I am in the learning zone. But on this stage, I moved from comfort to protection and stress. And then I managed myself back to the learning zone. And I know what to do and how to do it. I set myself up for success, and these are skills that you can actually learn. On a day-to-day basis, notice where you are. So in the morning when you wake up, check in. How am I feeling today? And then when you look ahead at the day, you may have an agenda full of appointments and lots of things going on. Have a look. What is going to happen today? And where may I get stretched too far out of my learning zone, in a stress zone, or what else do we have? And how can I actually proactively manage this process? What do I need to do to look at my day or at my week to build enough recovery, to create learning? When you enter a meeting room, check in. Where am I at the moment? What do I need? What is my intention? And how do I want to show up in this meeting? When you check in, you can plan ahead. And you can also seek help if you need it. The other thing you need to know is, of course, if this goes for you, this also goes for others. So if you have a difficult meeting or a difficult conversation with someone else, and you get a reaction that you did not expect, reflect on that. What's going on for that other person? Is it maybe better to reschedule this meeting? Or can I actually do something to get this person back to a learning zone? When you check in, when you notice, you can take action and you can zone in and out of stress. And that's how you can take care of yourself. Thank you.